Rumor is that the Snyderverse is about to come back due to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia's entertainment investors have taken a look and seen the fan demand for the Snyderverse and are saying, yeah, we're gonna resurrect this shit. It's time to set the facts straight. Is this real? Is this a psyop? Is this a fallacy? Hope bait for fans to get some views on this specific article? Let me set the record straight here, alright? From the article that all these rumors are swirling from, this dude has conjured together this narrative, and his evidence is Christopher Nolan has worked as an executive producer on Man of Steel, has worked with Snyder before. In his eyes, Zack Snyder was going to lead this whole DCU. Zack Snyder has worked with Saudi Arabia. He's working with the UFC right now to produce this film on a fighter, I think. Some UFC fighter. So, Zack has worked with both the parties mentioned in this article. And because of that, this journalist has created a thesis that all these actors are going to coalesce together to rebuild and resurrect the Snyderverse. Not just as an Elseworlds random one-off plot. No, they're going to resurrect the universe as a whole and build it. Bit of a stretch. He's also saying things like, oh, the deal's signed and they're waiting on a couple signatures. How he would ever know this, I have no fucking idea. Because his main evidence, again, is they've worked with each other in the past. It could be a possibility that they're negotiating a deal to resurrect this, even though WBD and Warner Brothers have not confirmed anything yet and have literally rejected a deal from Paramount. Where a lot of the people involved with Paramount at the higher up are also involved in this one deal too, so it doesn't even make sense. But still, what's going on here? What are the true facts? And what do I think of the situation? I literally am making this video because my lens is about to fall off right now. I'm making this video just on a whim right now because people have been asking for someone to make it, alright? None of this is set in stone. None of this is confirmed. This is all like bullshit, sweet nothing said by some journalist who just wants a clickbait article in my opinion. But, let's be fair here. Is this impossible? When Saudi Arabia is involved, nothing is impossible because I don't know if you know, they have a lot of dough. They got a lot of oil money. If I don't know if you're familiar with the fight game, but Saudi Arabia and Turkey Al-Sheikh are involved with like huge super fights. Part of the reason why there've been so many random, crazy, chaotic super fights lately, especially in boxing, is because Turkey Al-Sheikh and Saudi Arabia have put money into it to make it happen. And now they've shifted their attention to big IP media, movies, franchises, and all that, according to this article. And they might have interest in this. And who knows, with the fan demand and a DC property being a big thing, they might want to throw some money on this because they can. When you get to a point where you have all that fucking money, at some point you just start throwing shit at a wall and hoping something sticks. Like, they can afford to do that. So I would not be surprised if they actually do make a legitimate offer, and maybe by the time this video is out they have. I don't fucking know. The rumor is the deal has been signed and they're waiting on a couple signatures. How the hell does anyone know this? But whatever, fine. It's all speculation at the end of the day. Let's say it happens. Now, you know me. Not the biggest Snyderverse fan. A lot of Snyder fans know this. I might piss off a lot of people. I don't agree with a lot of things Zack Snyder does. I find him questionable as a filmmaker. I didn't really care for his Snyderverse. I was a fan of Man of Steel. BVS, not so much. I thought the Snyder Cut was alright. But I do think a lot of those fans of that specific series overrate it. Now, here's what I will say. I have a problem that's bigger than, I don't know about Zack Snyder. I don't know about the Zack Snyderverse. I don't like it that much. I have problems aside from that. I don't know how I feel about Saudi Arabia having all the rights to this kind of IP. Now, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be a buzzkill. But we know that there are certain things with Saudi Arabia. There's some sus things, okay? All that oil money, the human rights issues, the multiple different controversies, the fact that they are very problematic and morally repugnant. I don't care if it's your favorite filmmaker. I don't care if you want to see this back. I do believe that we have to acknowledge that there are some issues here. It's a slippery, morally weird slope. And people agree with me. I've gone on Reddit posts in regards to this news. People seem to agree with me that they don't like the idea of Saudi Arabia being involved in any capacity. There's a reason why guys like Bill Burr and all those comedians got so much shit for selling out to Saudi. Here's the other thing. By the time this deal goes down, the movies that are made of the Snyderverse will be made, 3 to 4 years from now? 5, maybe? How old are Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill going to be? Ben Affleck already doesn't care enough to come back. He's already too old. He already doesn't want any part of this. You think Ben Affleck's coming back for this? Henry Cavill, how old will he be? I don't give a shit about Gal Gadot and Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller's a fucking weirdo who wanted to start his own cult. Gal Gadot, she can't act. Jason Momoa, okay, whatever. How much of this do we actually want to see when it comes down to it? When the ink is dried and it's all set in stone and the production process actually starts? That's another tough thing that a lot of Snyder fans are going to have to come to grips with. I don't want a movie made where Ben Affleck and Superman are visibly too aged out to play these roles in any fashion. Especially if we're continuing that same storyline, that same thread that was teased at the end of the Snyder Cut. Plus, if we're waiting that long, it doesn't leave a lot of time left for this franchise to truly expand out with these characters that people love anyways. Let's say it does go down. Zaffy, fuck all this other nonsense. What could it look like? What would you want to see? Here's what I am above all else. Above being a hater of the Snyderverse or Zack Snyder, which I'm not even, I actually like some of his movies. I like Watchmen and 300 a lot. I'm a Henry Cavill Superman fan. I'm a Henry Cavill fan. Part of the reason why I want people to lay off him when it comes to, make him James Bond, make him Superman again, is because he needs to make Warhammer great again, because Amazon Prime will ruin it. He's the only one who can restore it to glory, because he's a true nerd, a true Warhammer fan. But it's not, I would love to see a continuation of his story. I wanted to see a Man of Steel too, a proper one. That's why I didn't like the idea of BVS, Batman v Superman. I'm like, Batman v Superman, then Justice League is too early. I want to see Superman develop as a character more. So I would love to see a continuation of that, then going to a Justice League movie with Darkseid. I don't want to just see, Justice League and Injustice with Superman going full evil. No, I want to see a Man of Steel too. That's personally what I think should happen. I do think they're going to want to push for the evil Superman and Justice plot as fast as possible, which means they'll push for the Justice League 2 plot as fast as possible. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know how it will go. In my eyes, the Injustice plotline would happen first, where Lois dies, Superman goes evil, and then joins the forces of the darkness with Darkseid, and then we have a lead into Justice League 3 after this post-apocalyptic wasteland that the world has become. Maybe. But above all that, I don't want to see James Gunn's DCU go either. A lot of people do. I think you can do this Elseworlds thing where you have on one end James Gunn's DCU, which people there's a fan base for it. A lot of people like it. The Robert Pattinson Batman's Gotham world, I want that to be separate, and I want that to keep going because I care about that more than these other two, because I really want to see Batman 2 in the Court of fucking Owls. Hopefully, Matt Reeves, please give it to us. I want those two to stay where they are, prioritizing Batman. And then ideally, we have a Man of Steel, Henry Cavill Superman-led Snyderverse. I don't really care about Ben Affleck's Batman that much. He's good, don't get me wrong. I don't hate him or anything. I like Henry Cavill as Superman as my guy, right? I want to see his story continue more than anything, and then you can lead into Justice League and all that shit. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't know if they're going to do that. I don't know how it would work. And James Gunn recently said that none of this shit is even happening. This is all false gossip through a rumor mill. Netflix and all these people are trying to capture lightning in a bottle and hoping that a deal will come out from them building hype. I don't know how much of this is real. All I'm saying is what I want, what should happen, and Saudi Arabia being the ones to bring this back is a bit questionable, a bit sus. And just because you're a fan of it doesn't mean it should happen. I'm just saying that. If it's not that, it's Netflix. And Netflix will ruin it anyways. I know they will, because Netflix is shite. It's tough. It's tough. I don't know what the answer is. But none of this is confirmed. This is all rumors. This is all gossip spread by somebody whose only evidence is these guys have worked together in the past and they have connections here, so maybe it'll all come together, and they're waiting on a signature, so it's almost done. Like, what the fuck? We went from 0.0 to 100 from nowhere. So don't get your hopes up too high. But if it happens, I hope it happens the way I said it, where we do develop the characters we need to more. I want Henry Cavill's Superman to be the face of this, as he should be, as he was. I want Man of Steel 2. I don't care for the Injustice plotline as much. Man of Steel 2, follow up with the Darkseid versus Justice League plot. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me, or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zaffy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one Coke line at a time.